Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Jessica!
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I feel like I haven't seen you in years.
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast. I'm Dana Powell.
I'm Jessica Young.
And
we are here to
rant and rave.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are, folks.
We are here to rant it up and rave around.
I like it.
Jessica said it feels like we haven't seen each other because we are finally, you guys won't believe it, gonna try to get caught up, get a little ahead, so we don't leave you hanging when we're like, oh, it's a holiday? Day off. Honestly, we are not great podcasters. I mean, if I'm being honest, we don't advertise. We don't pre-plan very well in that we're like, oh my God, you guys, last week was Mother's Day. We forgot. Or like, you guys, I think we already recorded our 100th episode.
I know.
We're not great. But I'm going to be taking a trip back home, and Jessica has been uber busy. So we're just trying to like be normal again and get a little ahead of the game like we used to a little bit.
Yes. Even, you know what? In the past, though, when we were like, well, everything was before the times, right?
Before the days. Before that year.
I might be at your house all day, but I would realize it. And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be at work in 10 minutes because we would sit in your beautiful backyard and patio and chat it up. And literally hours would go by. And I'm like, I have to be across town in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, whoa, go.
Yeah, I miss those days. Ay, ay, ay.
When we were all so innocent.
Yes. Yes.
When we all were like running around, breathing freely on each other, sharing drinks.
Yes. I miss Lucy coming in to check in on us and then just sitting on the couch. Aww.
I mean, she completely quit her job during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. She was like,
there's
bye.
no producing going on for Lucy the dog.
No.
She's like, it's a pandemic, bitches. And she was off.
Cutter, on the other hand, has taken a newfound interest.
Cutter cannot stay off my computer.
Yeah, she used to only like to pee on my backpack. Now she likes to brush her tail under your nose. Oh my God, Alan is crawling like Cutter and just walked by as though...
I've already seen him. Is he naked? I don't understand.
I'm crying. He literally crawled under, like, in case we're live.
I didn't see him at all.
I'm crying because he was on all fours.
He was army crawling across your room.
It literally was.
I just said hello to him. That was so not necessary. But amazing. Very funny. I wish I could have seen it. I just was watching your face.
Also, it just shows how focused I am on you. I didn't even hear him walk out of our bathroom. I didn't feel him crawl by. Then I'm like, oh, it's a full-grown man crawling by.
Honestly, you should be scared because who knows what he's up to that you don't know about.
Thank you. And let me tell you something. I may or may not have mentioned that I'm easily petrified. And I don't just mean scared, like jump out of my skin like a cartoon. You see the skeleton x-ray of me. When I am home and I know no one obviously is here or in my room for that matter.
Yes.
If I don't know that Alan is already in the room at the same time as me in our bedroom, you guys, if I'm brushing my teeth and I look up and I see him standing behind me or walking around, I scream bloody murder. Now, if you ask me to do that on cue, it will never happen. I have the worst attempt at a scream. It sounds like it's embarrassing. I could never do it. If you needed me to be an extra in a horror film, count me out.
Oh, I'd be perfect. I would be perfect. Yes, I love screaming.
But he gets so irritated. He's like, how are you scared? You know I'm here. Or who did you think was in here? I'm like, I don't know.
I wasn't expecting someone to just appear out of nowhere because they army crawled across the house when we shared this home together.
God.
You know what? Dan Tipton does the same thing when, I love sitting out on my porch. You guys know I'm obsessed. So every free mom second I have, I'm out there doing something stupid, either repotting, watering, just touching things, watching TikTok videos on the porch, whatever. When Dan Tipton gets home from work, a lot of times Lucy, my doggie, doesn't bark because she's excited to see him. She knows it's him. He lives here. She's not like you. She doesn't get easily scared by people she knows. So anyway, he will get all the way in the house and come out the back porch through the screen and go, hey, and I fly out of my skin.
Thank you.
Because I'm outdoors, I'm in charge of my child, and something has gotten in my perimeter that I was not expecting.
But you shriek too. See, I would think that you are like unfazed.
No, I angry shriek because the fury and the fear comes together.
Yes.
So when I turn, I go, ah! Like it's the most aggressive fear ever because I'm in like mama bear mode, like ready to protect my child and my animals, but I don't even know that yet. It's just instinctual.
Exactly. Even if you see his face before you scream, it somewhat registers, but it doesn't fully click into the next cog. No, correct. Exactly.
Totally.
You're like, oh my God, it's Dan, but it could be a murderer. Oh my God.
Yes. You don't have time to make full decisions if this is an emergency. So sometimes those brain waves get crossed.
Yes. If you want a candid camera or what I almost said you can't do that on television. I mean, America's Funniest Home Videos, no one would be happier than your child. He's their greatest fan.
Yes.
Maybe somebody could set up some cameras just of our husbands walking around their own home and scaring us.
Usually it's the children that do that to the mothers. Like Henry watches that True TV Funniest, like the bad language version of American Funniest. I can't get him off of it. I've tried. But anyway,
oh my God.
he knows bad words, and he knows that it's not polite to say bad words in public or at all when you're a child. So I'm hoping that little seed I planted grows into a full plant. But there are so many young men who scare their grandmas and mamas and film it every time. And listen, don't get me wrong, Jessica, I laugh along like everyone else. But don't you think in the back of my mind, I'm not going, that's going to be me someday, and it's going to give me a heart attack.
Same.
Like, how are they not killing their grandmas by doing this? It's so mean.
It's horrible.
It is funny, especially because that's how my son learned the word bastard. What? Have I told you this?
No, because I'm picturing that sweet little boy just quietly giggling when he hears a bad word.
He didn't realize it was a bad word because what it is, a son scares his dad every day and films it. And his dad's like Scottish or Irish or something. And every time his dad goes, "You bastard!" oh, you bastard! Like and so it's just a constant reel of this dad whipping around and calling his son a bastard. And so Henry said to me one day, "Oh, mommy, here comes the bastard."
What?
So we had to have a conversation about that word, the origin, that it's used as a curse.
Oh my God. Did he understand it, or was he like, whatever, and roll his eyes?
He kind of just looked at me like, all right, I won't say it around you, but that's funny. He's at that age now. If he hears a bad word in a song or something, I always get freaked out and I go, "Oh, that's not a nice word." And he just smirks. And I'm like, "Oh boy. Oh boy, he's going to have a potty mouth like his daddy."
That's hilarious.
Dan Tipton is such a gentleman, but that mouth, when he gets home, he gets on the high seas. He's a big sailor.
That again, I'm telling you, I can't ever picture it.
It's only at home.
Dan Tipton,
and it's not constant.
For those who've never met that man, he behaves and also has the intellect of a tenured professor. He is a consummate gentleman.
I know. Isn't it so weird that he's married to me? And that's not even just me saying that. Like people we've both worked with, because there's been a few times we've worked on the same shows, and when people realize we're married, they're always like, "It is so weird." Julie Bowen said to me one time, she was my producer. I was pitching a TV show and she would go with us and everything. And she just said to me one time, we were at lunch, and she's like, "The fact that you are married to Dan Tipton is crazy to all of us. He is so quiet and you're such a kook." I was like, "I know. It's insane. I don't know how it happened."
I love opposites attract.
Grounded. Yes, it keeps me the closest to sane I will ever be.
Yeah, same. Alan is also the calm to my storm. Okay.
Yes.
Can you imagine if we were married to people half as zany as either of us are?
Oh, Lord,
amped up and
no, It would be like one of those Judd Apatow movies, but old women. Me and you, like just crazy town. I would just turn to you at some point and be like, "Jessica, why are we at a nudist camp and I'm wasted?" Like we wouldn't even know how we got there.
And we would both be wearing the bathing suits that look like nude people, but it wouldn't be our nude bodies.
No. Oh God, are you kidding me? I'd rather you cut my skin off before I go nude. I mean, just skin me alive and take a little extra, please.
Oh my God.
I don't really mean that.
But it's insane.
Okay, we got to stop this crazy train.
Let's go. You just segue us right into your rant.
I will.
Perfect.
I will, because hate to break it to y'all, but this is a crazy rant. You want to know why? I mean, should I just be honest and say, I know it's a crazy rant because it's mine?
Do it.
Yeah.
There's no shame in ranting or owning what's yours.
There is a little bit of shame when you hear what I'm about to rant about.
I don't know. I have a little aside, so let's hear it.
Well, my rant today, Jessica, is, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been aware, but I don't really see people or do things. And so it's kind of all I see is the social medias, which is an evil demon. We all know it.
Yes.
I've been trying to stay away from it, which is why I'm obsessively watching polymer clay videos. I have a problem.
Hilarious.
I have a problem with just sitting with myself, clearly.
It is funny that you say that, because there's been a few things on Facebook. Usually you and I send each other a million things on Instagram, but something came up either last night or this morning, and I'm like, I need to send this to Dana. And then I'm like, I need to copy this link and send it to her through another platform. No, it's not bad at all, but I'm like, oh, she's not going to see it.
I haven't been on Facebook in literal months. Like, I want to say August. I think I checked in at Christmas for family.
You're not missing much.
Okay.
I think you know the kind of stuff you're missing. Stick to the pretties.
I like
on
happy
Instagram.
Pictures.
Yep.
Yeah, I like happy pictures, a little bit of news so that I'm not ignorant, but I can maintain it that way, and a lot less personal opinions.
A lot less personal opinions and a lot less cataloging people's entire days that none of us need to know about. So you do you.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, my rant is that I've been noticing on Instagram, clearly, since I'm not on Facebook, and maybe this is just me making it up. Jessica, have you noticed all of your friends posting pictures that they're going out getting mani-pedis?
Yeah.
I am so jealous.
So am I. My hands look like a velociraptor and my feet look like Shrek, Dana.
Oh my God, Jessica. My hands and feet look like they belong to the crypt keeper. So I feel like if I put on my sock too fast, some part of my foot's going to fall off. Not because anything's infected, but because they're so hideous and have not been maintained, like a bad horse hoof. Somebody.
Hello, you geeks and ghouls. Come in and get your hoof picked.
That was so terrifying and disgusting all at the same time. Also, my feet, they're clean. Let's just put that out there. But no, I just feel, look here. This is my nails. I'm showing Jessica right now.
That color looks beautiful.
Thank
it's
you.
like a shimmery,
purpley.
Pewter. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Pewterish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
But in certain light, it has just a tinge of purpley pinky. Anyway, nobody can see it. I don't know why we're saying. Anyway, but see these lines? I'm pointing to Jessica.
Yes. Yes.
Not that one. I feel like a weatherman.
I see what you're talking about.
That's because I've painted over these chipped nails multiple times. Not removed the old polish because I didn't have time, because I don't have any time management skills. And I painted my nails in the car. Over the chip on my way to dinner.
And then you just held them out like this?
On the steering wheel. I just put them in front of the air conditionings on the sides of my steering wheel and was like, nobody's going to look close enough to see those lines. And if they do, they're going to be like, oh my God, she textured her nails. That must be some kind of new nail art.
You can keep them long enough. And I think we've talked about this before. You can then have the reverse French manicure that I seem to have invented by letting my nails grow out. And the polish was so far gone that people thought I had a reverse French manicure. And because
that's a thing now, is the reverse.
I mean, it shouldn't be. It looks like somebody who has let their nails become talons.
Yeah, I don't like it. But that's not everybody has their own likes. I keep my nails short like nubs. We all know, because I can't stand to think about all the yuck underneath them.
But you can at least paint them too. I'm impressed by that. I cannot paint my nails. I don't think I could paint someone else's nails.
Oh, really? I learned how to paint my own nails because I never could afford a mani-pedi when I was young.
My mom did that too, and I cannot do it.
Yeah. It just makes me feel like my fingers aren't fat little Vienna sausages. Like, they have some color. They're a little bit fancy, even if they're little nubs.
I need you guys to know something. This is what I meant when I said there was an aside to this. Mm-hmm. This is not shaming. This is straight up hilarity. I don't know if this was auto-correcting or if this was Dana putting this, but I cried. She said Manny Petties, but it spelled it like a man's nickname, capital MANNY, and then Petty, like Lori Petty's last name. Manny Petties, PETTY '. I was crying.
It was autocorrect. That's why I was like, oh God. And I quickly fixed it.
I love it.
I am so jealous. And I'm jealous because of several reasons. I want to go get pampered. And I want to look pretty and shiny. And you cannot get that shine they get on your own at home. I don't know what it is. I have asked every nail person I've ever met. And they're like, sometimes I think they get different products from different countries shipped in that we may not have, but it also, I think, has to do with their skill, like all of it.
Totally.
They just do it so well. And you feel so pampered and lovely. And it's still a pandemic and money is tight. And I can't just be like, I want my little sausages to look pretty on my hands and my toes. And that's more important than my child having cereal. So
if this place survived the pandemic, I'm not kidding. I would not suggest this to most because I know they A, would be overwhelmed by the place, and B, would not do it. They'd be like, forget it, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
There is a place downtown. I think it was called Star International. I'm going to look it up.
Mhm.
I went there years ago to buy supplies for something that we were doing.
Uh-huh.
It is literally the mecca of nail supply. So like all of
Oh.
the nail salons in town are going to Star International
To get
downtown.
their supplies.
Dana, everything under the sun you could think of, including, which I feel like you would not only do cute things on your nails because you are talented with that stuff, you would be like, I'm going to take these nail jewels and put them in my little half moon polymer clays and set
Oh,
them.
for sure.
They have everything. And it
That's
is
actually a
so
great
cheap,
idea.
but
Uh,
you can't just buy like one. Like if you buy
it's
files,
wholesale.
you'd have to buy like 100 files, but it's still cheap. And then it's like you could make little gift packs to give away to people or something. I'm just
Totally.
saying.
Yes, that's not a bad idea at
You would
all.
love it.
Wow, I should
And
look
it's like
into
all the
that.
stuff that comes from all over, all the
Right.
latest techniques from around the
Right.
world. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
all the powder dips and all that.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy.
I want that. I used to always get glitter polish. It's been about 2 years.
Everything's been about 2 years for all of us.
Can't believe it.
To the point that that's the thing on Instagram, not your house, not
Yeah.
your pool, not you hanging out with all your friends that are now throwing parties. Nope, you're mani-pedi. That's what I'm
Yep.
jealous of.
I know.
Anyway, that's my silly little rant.
No, but you know what? I was talking about this with my friend yesterday. I wish that things dealing with personal care, right?
Mhm.
And things that are considered luxuries were not considered a luxury. Like,
I
yes, do you
know.
need to have orange fingernails? No, but
Yes.
do you need to have nicely trimmed and filed? Yes. And as
Mhm.
women, and especially if you are dealing with the public at all, it's like not just as an actor, but my God, if you're a teacher or you work in an office, everybody wants to feel good about themselves.
Totally.
So haircuts, hair color, nail care, and
Skincare.
skincare and
Yep.
massage. I'm just going to put the whole thing under one umbrella.
Totally.
We all
It's
deserve it. And I wish it was
it's
something that
therapeutic.
everyone could get on a monthly basis.
Same. Because I'll be honest with you, this is the truth. I am not the kind of person that actually enjoys specifically a mani-pedi. It makes me nervous for some reason. I feel obligated to talk and then I get weird.
Yes.
And I don't like having my feet scrubbed. My feet are actually really soft because I never go barefoot anywhere. And I am the person that they get angry with because it tickles. So it's not mani-pedis for me in the moment are not therapeutic. But then for the
Sure.
3 weeks after,
Yes.
luxury.
Exactly.
So I'm just that my point is, you're right. It for me, that kind of thing is more about like feeling good about
Yes.
myself, not
100%.
necessarily going and getting la-di-da'd.
And you're allowed to. I'm sorry, there is a double standard, is that the right term? Between beauty treatments, if you will, for men and women. Guys can literally walk into a barber and for under $20 get an amazing haircut, a neck
Shave.
cleanup,
Yep.
and they're done. By the way, it
Mhm.
also takes them 2 seconds to shower, shake their head when they get out. Most guys don't even have a brush or a comb, okay? They
No.
don't need it. But that's it. There's no nails and the hair color and I mean, there is for some, but I'm saying by and large, when I look at my husband and think, wow, it literally takes you under 5 minutes
To get
to
ready.
shower and get dressed and look like $1,000,000. And I'm not even done in shaving my legs after 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh Lord, no, especially these days. I've taken to call it harvesting my hair.
If
It's
only
like,
we
what's the
could have done
point?
that. I could have made a few wigs at this point for some people.
I just thought my baby sister sent me a video yesterday of a girl that has started collecting her hair from her hairbrush and she's making herself clip-in extensions.
You sent me that once. Maybe it was from someone else.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
I know it sounds so gross, but it's like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. And she curled it real pretty.
You know what? That takes the patience of a saint, and I don't have
Oh
time for
God,
that.
yes. Can you even fathom hair by
No,
hair? Hair by hair,
no,
she sticks it up in that tape.
no,
Mhm.
nope. Oh my
All right,
God.
Jessica, what's your rant for today?
Okay, you guys. Today, my rant is this is again my own rant, and this was my own fault because I did not. Here, I have it right next to me. Didn't bother to take the 2 seconds to unfold something, but also when I'm at a store and things are like perfectly folded and stacked, y'all, I worked at the Gap for years.
Right,
I know how much effort that took. I don't need to rifle through everything unless I'm pretty sure I want it.
right.
And when I have a brand that I like, I know how it fits. Again,
Uh-huh.
making an assumption. We know what happens when you assume. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, it's Ava and Viv. It's a brand from Target that I love.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a V-neck, just like all of their other t-shirts I buy. I'm like, great. I
Uh-huh.
know my
I think I
size,
have a couple of those for
right? I
sure.
just
Yeah.
grabbed it and I go. I don't need to unfold it. I don't need to try it. Well, you're not even allowed to try it on still.
Yeah.
I'll just take it and go. Well, let me tell you something.
Oh no.
I opened it
I
because I was
know it's
like,
gonna happen.
I'm gonna look like a nice schlub when I go
What?
to the salon because I went and had a facial yesterday. I feel guilty admitting that, but don't worry, Dana knows.
You shouldn't feel guilty. I love that you thought you had to have a nice new shirt to go make yourself feel good. Good for
I'm
you.
telling you, I was like, well, I'm gonna go in sweatpants. I could at least put on a tie-dye t-shirt and try to look like a cute person who rolled out of bed. Y'all, it's a muscle tee.
Oh
I
no,
mean, you
ma'am.
can't even see this is a
No.
hot mess. I went to put it on and I screamed as though
Yeah.
Alan had crawled into the room
Yes.
because it literally, you can't even see it. Dana can't even see it. It has no sleeves. Yeah.
None.
I don't do that. I don't do
I don't
sleeveless.
either.
I don't do tank tops. By the way,
Which
I
is
didn't when I was
why
half my size. I didn't do
no, I
this.
never have either since I was a child and my mom dressed me.
Same.
But which is why when you started telling your story and you said I didn't look, Jessica, the very first thing I do on a table is check for sleeves. And I want to know the dimensions. I need to know if that's a cap sleeve. I need to know if it's a full sleeve. I
I
need to
hate
know
cap
if it's
sleeves.
a junior sleeve.
Yes.
I need
Or
to
a
know.
flutter sleeve, which
Uh,
means one gust of wind and your armpits are Marilyn Monroe's crotch. No thanks.
no, thank you.
Also,
That also reminds me, just sidebar. This is personal sidebar. Most of you are going to be like, what? So, our mutual friend Thomas and I were out somewhere a week or two ago, and there was there was a grate on the street. And I
oh
stood
yes,
over
yes.
it and went, Thomas, Thomas, and like wriggled around like I was, but I didn't have on a dress at all. I was just a nutso woman in the middle of the street going, Thomas, Thomas. He pretended like he didn't know me. He
Of
kept
course you did.
walking and wouldn't even look at me.
Amazing. I thought you were gonna say that you were wearing a dress and you
No,
were like, yeah.
no, not at all. If I had a dress on, I would have walked an extra block to avoid that thing.
Okay.
No, the first thing I do, Jessica, I know it's rude. I always try to fold
No,
back as nice
smart.
as
I
possible.
know.
But I'm like, if I had gotten that thing home, I would have cried because it would have sent me down a rabbit hole of if your arms were not the size of tractor wheels,
Yep.
you could wear this without being worried about it.
Do you know what's even more upsetting as I look at it? I was so excited because it's just like it's really pretty. It's like a lavender tie-dye, right? On a white
Right.
cotton t-shirt. I immediately ripped the tags off so I could wear it. Like
Oh.
once I got it, I'm like, yes. So
Uh,
I probably bought it over a month ago and didn't bother to wheel it out until I left my house to deal with somebody face to face that wasn't a friend, right?
Right.
So tags are off. Maybe I'll sleep in it. Maybe. But
Yeah,
that's a
that
real strong maybe.
really.
I'm not wearing that out. I'm not even going to wear that on a rage walk when it reaches 105 degrees here in a couple
Oh
of
yeah,
weeks.
no, I wouldn't either, but I would take it back.
I just don't think they'll take it back. I mean, it has no tags and I don't have the
Yeah.
receipt. It's like,
And you threw the tags away?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is shocking since I keep every other freaking piece of paper and thing in my life.
Oh
The
yeah, no.
tag for the one
Same.
thing that doesn't fit that I bought, great. That's long gone.
Yeah. Because you were like, this time I'm gonna throw my trash away.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna be a normal adult and
Yes.
handle my business properly.
For real.
And then it doesn't work out.
I'm telling you. Open up and check anything you're buying. Do not assume, like, oh,
Yes.
I always wear Calvin Klein white t-shirts.
Right.
Well, maybe because I've also accidentally done this when I buy shirts for Alan. It may look like a normal crew neck shirt.
Mhm.
Well, maybe it's a slim fit, and that's a
Mm,
very form-fitting, hugging
yeah.
t-shirt as opposed to just regular.
Right.
So do your due diligence, you guys. And
Do.
now,
You know the one that's most annoying to me because it's like, so somebody has to have done it and it just seems rude to me, even though I understand that there are
Mm.
issues, whatever. But shoes, when you get shoes home and
yes.
they're two different sizes,
Yep.
that
Because
drives
I'm
me
the queen
nuts.
of only trying on one shoe,
I
and that's
only ever
stupid.
try on one. Yep. Always. Still, I do that.
Yep.
And it's happened to me a couple of times and it's so aggravating
Also,
because you
depending
feel
on the
stupid. You're like, why didn't I just
Yes.
look?
Also,
Yeah.
depending on the brand of shoe, it's very not uncommon, first of all, for people to have feet that are slightly one is maybe larger than the
Gnarled?
other.
Oh, okay. I don't like feet.
I don't like feet.
But like you could put on one, you're like, this feels great. But if you put it on both and you actually walk around, like I always take a lap in the store for real. I don't care if everyone is looking at me doing it. I take like a full lap in the store to really see, like, is it riding up on my ankle? Is it pinching
Yeah.
my toes?
That's smart. I just imagine you walking around and a bunch of women slow clapping for you. You got it, girl. Good job.
I wish there was clapping because I do walk with a stride and I'm like, okay, how does it feel when I move my arms back and forth? I mean, I am such a
Yes,
nerd. I'm
girl,
telling you.
feel your power. Yes.
I have turned into like a walking ad for Merrill shoes and athleisure wear. Okay. It's just, I don't even own Merrill's, but I like to walk with a stride. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be one of those mall walkers.
Mall
I just
walker.
picture that in
I've
20
been
years.
a mall walker several
You
times in my
have?
life. Yes, Candace and I used to go mall walking.
Really?
And we would catch up on all our life drama.
I love it. I also think it's good because people also will do that when they live somewhere that has inclement weather, either if it's boiling hot
Yeah.
or freezing cold. And it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll go to the mall.
In my hometown, there were a lot of elderly mall walkers that did that
Yeah.
for that reason because the weather
Totally.
is so drastic there outside at times, you know, so
Sure.
hot, so cold. And so they would go walk and they would meet each other at the same time in groups and then walk in pairs or whatever, but they had the opportunity to socialize as well.
Oh my God.
So the next time you try on shoes and go for your walk, maybe try to make a friend or two.
I just pictured a new series of shorts starring you and me called Mall Walkers.
Just trying to make friends, trying to get people to stride with us.
Do you mind if I take a peruse around the mall? I want to see if these shoes really work. If I'm not back in 15 minutes, call security.
Real quick, can we get a selfie together?
Oh my God.
This is really empowering for both of us. You're going to feel it when I walk away, but I'll be back. We'll have a good time.
Oh, my blood sugar's low. I better get some carb load in here. How about an Aunt Annie's pretzels? Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, miss, hold on. We have coupons. I'll come with you. We get an employee discount. Oh my God, we're creating the best life
You know
for
what?
ourselves.
Maybe I'm doing this to myself. I'm drinking out of a Golden Girls coffee mug.
Which is brilliantly beautiful, by the
I
way.
love
That
it.
blue, it's the same blue as those tally shoes I want.
And it says Stay Golden.
Stay golden.
On the inside. I need you to know that I was called ma'am not once but twice. And Alan goes, well, what's wrong with that? That's a sign of respect.
No.
And I said, I have never felt older in my life. I walked up to a line we were at the beach with our cousins, and we were at a little cafe at the beach, and there's girls there that are all probably in their 20s, right? All different walks of life. And everybody's down at their phone, staring on their phone. I go, excuse me. Is this the line for the bathroom? Yes, ma'am, it is. And I can't explain to you. I know that's not a great impersonation of the girl. It was so clear that she thought I was like probably friends with her mother, which I probably could be. But I was mortified. And then I was like, oh my God, I felt so old. I get in line. And then when she came out, she goes, here you go, ma'am. It's all yours.
Oh
what?
My God. But the thing is, she was being polite.
I know, but I
would, yes.
am in denial about being called ma'am at this point in my life.
I am such a walking contradiction because I don't want to be called ma'am.
No,
either.
I never have.
Yet, I think I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, or like a lot, but I'm not using it to identify people. It's my way of saying that's unacceptable.
Correct. Maybe I'm also realizing that, ma'am is literally just a shortened version of madame. Or madame.
And we know you don't like madame.
Well, I kind of do. At the post office, when she calls me madame, I feel like it's very yes, it's very
that
formal.
would bother me more. That would bother me more.
It makes me feel, I don't know, fancy in French.
No, she's acting like the Count from Sesame Street. It's just not. Hello, madame. One Jessica Young package.
Oh, that is rich.
Rich. This is clearly a comedy show. I'm not sure why we don't have our own HBO special.
Neither do I.
Have laughed a lot. Oh my God. What a monster.
Don't call me ma'am, and open your t-shirts before you buy them is the lesson to this, the moral to this rant.
And if we can't all get mani-pedis, stop putting it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Making me feel bad about my own self.
That would seriously, the more I think about it, wink, wink, Jen Hall Hill, that would be the great name of a salon. Mani Pedis.
You mean
spelled like as the person's name. Yes, that's like the name of the salon.
That kid's show, Manny.
What?
He's Hispanic and he fixes things.
I don't know about this.
And his tools talk. They come to life and talk to him and help him. Man,
is it on PBS Kids?
It was on everything. Manny, the Handy Manny.
What? I'm writing it down. Never heard of it.
Handy Manny.
Just something to do in all my spare time. Look up children's shows I've never heard of. Handy Manny. Got it.
I think that's right. Yes, here he is. Here we go. Here's Handy Manny. I'll show you.
Oh, that's adorable. And I've honestly never seen or heard of that. How cute.
Yes. Yeah, it is cute. Good lessons you learn. I learned a lot of lessons from the saw and the ruler and stuff. All right. Are you ready for a cleansing breath?
Oh, yes, I am.
I kind of felt nice to have some silly rants this week.
I know.
It made me feel a little goofy. All right. We like to listen, guys. The world, there's so much craziness going on. We get it. Sometimes we just like to rant about the things when life was normal that it was okay to rant about. We want this to be a safe space. So we rant it all out. We take a cleansing breath and we fill up with some funnies and some goodness and good news and raves. So let's take a deep breath together. Scream it out if you want. Breathe it out. Do whatever you got to do. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, deep breath in. And
I bet Alan is taking a cleansing breath because he texted me, I see multiple times in capital letters,
You're so
loud!
loud.
Exclamation point.
Hilarious.
Because I'm shouting. For me, who complains about all my inconsiderate neighbors, I bet you every person in my building is like, will she shut the hell up? I mean, I'm yelling.
Whatever. It's the middle of the day. Here's the thing. Nobody's here, so I get away with it. But when they're here, you guys have heard my son go, "Mommy, you're loud." And yesterday Dan Tipton was like, "Your show was funny. Did I tell you this?"
I love it.
He goes, "Well, that was fun." I go, "What?" He goes, "Your show is funny." And I go, "You only heard me." He goes, "Yeah, you were funny."
I love it. I love it.
And I'm very proud of myself for not taking that opportunity to go, "Yeah, it is. You should probably listen to it sometimes." I did not. I did not.
It's amazing.
Whatever. We're performers. We're creatives. We have to be free.
That's right. We need to project our voices for when we're back on stage.
Yeah, because that could happen real soon.
Yeah.
Isn't West Side opening up soon?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And our friends at Rise, that's in Denver, but they just, I think they opened last night, like their soft opening.
Wow.
But
yeah, it's happening.
It is.
Oh, all right. Should we roll into our corners?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
I just want you to know that I appreciate you and all you do. And I give you permission to be as loud as you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think I'm up first for corners, right?
You are. What kind of corner do you have?
Well, I have a corner that makes me happy. I gave you permission to do what you want with your voice. Okay. we sometimes like to call this corner a weirdo of the week.
You're weird. You're so very weird. Why must you bring your weirdness here?
Chicken McNugget goes for thousands of dollars on eBay.
I'm already angry. Already angry.
There's so much chicken in our lives right now. We're chicken obsessed.
Fried chicken towel. Chicken. What is it? How they have like chicken fried steak or chicken fried chicken? Towel fried chicken.
Towel fried chicken. I'll tell you what, I actually messaged, I think it was my dad or my sisters or somebody, and I was talking about my chickens next door that it was yesterday morning. Yes. They were real upset. Like they did not like all the tree trimming going on.
Oh.
They were real talkative about it for a couple of days. Yeah. It sounds like honking. They were honking. They were so upset.
Also, I have to mention another quick weird kismet happening coincidence. You guys, Dana found that horrifying yet amazing corner of the Jollibee chicken fried towel.
Yeah.
And we were recording that. And then later that night, I was watching John Oliver on HBO. I was in the middle of texting Dana about something else. And I started screaming, freaking out because John Oliver showed the Jollibee bee, who's a red bee.
Which I said does not look like a bee. That is a red and yellow thing in a chef's assistant hat.
And he was twerking, and Dana couldn't be more right. I need you to see that segment. You're going to freak.
Oh my God. She texted me immediately. It was so funny.
So ridiculous.
A McDonald's Chicken McNugget that bears a resemblance to the player characters in popular video game Among Us.
No.
These gamers, man, they are fans.
Yeah.
It sold for just short of $100,000.
Nope.
You know what, y'all? Feed the children. Don't be buying nuggets for $100,000.
Thank you.
The McNugget listed by eBay user Polizna. Yeah, in case you want to look for Polizna. Started at only 99 cents. But after 184 bids, the item, that's not that many bids.
No.
Really, if you right to get it sold for $99,997.
What is someone gonna do with that? Is what
I
I
don't
need to
know.
know.
The listing said the Among Us shaped nugget came from McDonald's. It was a BTS meal.
BTS, that's the Korean pop boy band sensation that I am more than mildly obsessed with. Go on.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, it's a combo meal inspired by K-pop band BTS.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is that the one that you know the guy that does videos of his mom and she's obsessed with that K-pop band and she's like, "You idiot."
Okay.
He's gay and
I
she
can't
always
even
makes
pronounce
fun of
their
him.
name. Yes, I love them so much. BTS is, I think it's 7 members. I should know this. I'm, again, a
And
little
they're
bit
like
obsessed.
beautiful.
They're so cute. Only one of them
Yes.
speaks English, and he taught himself how to speak fluent English from watching Friends in syndication.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's fantastic. So whenever they're interviewing them, he like speaks on behalf of the band. They are so cute. There's an amazing James Corden carpool karaoke with them.
Aww.
But their song Dynamite, in my humble opinion, was the best song of the year last year. And now they've just released Butter. Smooth like butter.
I'm going to stop you. Only because I don't want you to waste all of your energy for the rest of the show.
That's all I know is the chorus. Smooth
I got to be
like
honest.
butter.
I've never seen your shoulders work so well.
I could be a backup dancer for BTS. If they want to enlist the grandma population into their demographic,
Yeah.
I would be a very young grandma, but I volunteer to be that old lady, like a reverse of the Blind Melon video of like the chubby little girl in the bee costume. Oh my God, I could be a chubby adult in the Jolly Bee costume. Oh my God.
You just blew your own mind. You are resting your hands on top of your head at yourself.
Done. I found my purpose in life, Dana. We're going to be rich. You can be my manager.
Ew, no thank you. I love that we just built you an amazing life and you're like, and you can manage it, Dana. Hurrah!
Manage it. You'll be able to be sitting in your new palm forest, sipping a pina colada and literally going, all right, and pushing one button. And now you've sent me to 500 locations around the world.
To do what?
Backup dance for BTS as the Jolly Bee.
The Jolly Bee! Twerking.
Oh my God.
We got to get through this corner.
We do.
Okay, listen, here's an interesting little side note about it. The seller promised the nugget would be delivered in edible condition. Okay, if I paid $100,000 for a chicken nugget, I ain't eating it.
Are you gonna encase it in polymer clay and then rebake it?
If I paid that much money for it, you betcha I am. I might tape it to my body and just live with it if I paid that much money for it.
You are hilarious.
This food product has an average expiration date of about 14 days and will be delivered prior to expiration. The eBay post caught the attention of the official Among Us account on Twitter, which shared a link to the auction. Well, that sure helped, I'm sure. The post received a reply from the official Xbox account, which suggested the nugget should come with a packet of McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Oh,
I have Szechuan, and at buyer's request, we'll ship some with the nugget, Polizna wrote in a response to the suggestion.
Oh, my God.
It was unclear whether the buyer requested the sauce. I want to see a picture. I don't know what Among Us is. Do you?
I don't.
There is a little video here.
Yep. It just looks like a little faceless Sasquatch that very rudimentary.
It looks like an unnatural lump of meat with legs.
Like all McNuggets do. By the way, 14-day shelf life. More like 14-minute. Who is eating a chicken McNugget 2 weeks later?
Oh, I would. And now that I know that, I guarantee you I will. I might hide one just to test it.
Stop it. There is already a
Cockroach.
documentary that's been made on that. We know it doesn't decompose.
I'm a cockroach. I'm going to live longer than all of you suckers. I definitely will eat. I will and have eaten a McDonald's cheeseburger that's been out for a day or so.
I'm sorry. When you say been out, are you like my first roommate in California? One of my dearest friends in the world? Do you leave meat and dairy unrefrigerated and then eat it 24 hours later?
There have been times, yes.
Oh my God. Erica, if you are listening, you have found your partner in crime, Miss Dana Powell. We used to get in fights and she and I never fought. I would lose my mind because she insisted to keep our leftover pizza in the box and just pop it in the oven instead of the fridge. A,
Sure, that wouldn't
don't
bother
get me
me.
started on the unrefrigerated aspect. B, you know how many times I almost burned our place down because I'd turn on the oven to make something?
That's
and the
on you
cardboard
because we've already established that you don't look at things before you do. That's on you, Jessica. You take that back.
Oh my God.
That's how you ended up with a muscle tee.
Oh my God, hilarious. It's because, and it's probably the same reason for you. She goes, I want it at room temperature. I don't want cold. I don't want to eat a cold piece of pizza. But if it's just at room temperature, it's perfect.
I really don't mind it. I think the only reason it started was a cross between laziness and not enough room in my fridge. But I will say, what is today? It's Monday. So
I had to go like this and close one eye to think about it.
I mean, it was a legitimate question, so that's bad enough as it is. So a week ago tomorrow, I ate a egg and cheese biscuit with no sausage. I asked, because I'm trying not to eat meat. So just egg and cheese biscuit from McDonald's 24 hours after I bought it and never refrigerated it. And I'm here.
Deep cleansing breaths.
Live and recorded to tell you I'm fine. And it was good. And I even put jelly on it.
Oh my God.
Who's up next for a corner?
Hilarious. I cannot wait. I guarantee people are going to write in and be like, ooh, I'm embarrassed, but I do it too.
No, they're going to write in and be like, ooh, we always knew Dana was insane. You should get away.
No.
You're going to be like, what was Dana on that day?
Oh my God.
Brought to you by Monster Drinks.
Okay, this is from another one of our regulars who we love so much. This is from Jill, one of our listeners in Canada. Blame Canada.
That was our tribute to you guys. The nicest people in the world.
Terrence and Philip.
Oh, I hate farts. Also, I have issues with their criminal system, but we don't need to get into that.
Oh my God, hilarious. Okay, this is kind of a new corner. We've had things where we bring things up or just have like a quick aside. I think we need this new corner called Where Are They Now? And it will be a follow-up. Like we had the Methbo lady, and then we had a follow-up. The listener sent in months later.
I love this.
Well, Jill gave us the gift. I think Dana read the corner about the member of parliament who went to the bathroom, or excuse me, was naked. He forgot that his camera was on and whatever.
Yep.
Well, guys, we've got an update.
Oh boy.
Jill says,
this is a Where Are They Now corner. I want to remember it. Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Where are they now?
Jill says, good morning, my favorite podcasters. I will mention and point out that she spells favorite the Canadian way, which is originally
with
the British way. Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite. Alan will approve.
She's classy.
Mm-hmm. I have an update for you about our infamous parliamentary flasher, Willie Amos.
Oh boy.
My friends, he has done it again. That's right. Somehow Mr. Amos ended up in capital letters peeing while on a video call with the other members of parliament.
Stop. What are you talking about?
Well, we're going to find out.
I can't.
In all
What?
caps, she wrote, "How does this happen?"
It doesn't just happen. Please continue. I
Thank
need to hear
you.
more.
He says it was an accident, but
No.
come on. He must have some sort of exhibitionist tendency, because you could bet that if that happened to me once, I'd be triple checking my webcam every time I needed to be on Zoom.
I would throw my computer out the window every time I took a sock off.
Okay.
That's how scared I would be.
I know. This is my favorite part of her message. She said, as Dana says, "Jeez-a-loo."
I do say that.
She said, "I don't know if you want to put this on as an update corner, but it seems like a good what the what also. I'm so embarrassed for my province," she said. You don't need to be embarrassed
No.
for Quebec. He doesn't speak for the Quebecois.
Oh my God, you're amazing. You're the only person I know that would be able to say, he doesn't speak for the Quebecois. I love it. That's insane. I'm sorry, but you don't go. I don't even leave the door open when I go potty. Explain to me, was he in his bathroom with the computer?
But this is what's so bizarre about it. Okay, so this is from the Canadian Press, and I don't even see an author to this article, but this is from the CBC.
They're embarrassed.
And they do have a Liberal Party in Canada. So it says Liberal MP, member of Parliament, Liberal MP caught on camera unawares again during virtual House of Commons. William Amos says he is stepping away from parliamentary secretary duties to seek help. Liberal MP Willie Amos has once again been caught unawares on webcam. Amos said in a statement posted to Twitter that while he was taking part in a virtual session of the House of Commons the previous day, he, quote, urinated without realizing he was on camera. Really?
Why was your toilet within view of the camera?
I know. Are you wearing a GoPro and having it? Does it have a two-way camera? One pointed at you, one pointed at the rest of Parliament to see on your Zoom screen?
Like how? What was he peeing in a bowl?
He says this was accidental.
Then what's he getting help for? What's he getting help for? He got a UTI?
This is what makes zero sense. He says this was, quote, accidental and could not be viewed by the public, but was nonetheless completely unacceptable, and that he apologizes without reservation. On his Twitter, and he's wearing a mask of the Canadian flag. Nice try, Willie. And he says, please see my statement. Veuillez lire ma déclaration. Now, that was a horrible pronunciation. But he says...
Of what?
Française. Mm-hmm. He said, last night while attending House of Commons proceedings virtually in a non-public setting, don't try to make it better, Willie.
Yeah, it is public. It's your coworkers.
Thank you.
And you're in a public office.
I urinated without realizing I was on camera. I am deeply embarrassed by my actions and the distress they may have caused anybody who witnessed them. While accidental and not visible to the public, this was completely unacceptable, and I apologize unreservedly. I will be stepping aside temporarily from my role as parliamentary secretary and from my committee duties so I can seek assistance. I will
seek assistance for what if he's saying it was an accident?
I mean,
accidental
honestly,
PPs? Did he... I mean, Jessica.
It's like that. What was Carlos Danger? What was his name?
The one that had his mistress nude in the back?
No, but like there's been several of them.
Well, there's the wiener guy.
Yes, but like there was that guy who kept saying like, oh, I could, and like everyone tries to forgive. It's like you come out and then it's like, oh, now you're still doing it, and you're doing it while you're in bed with your child sleeping next to you. Not okay. get yourself some help. And yes, you're clearly should not be in a position where you're dealing with people that are going to be seeing you.
Well, I just don't understand. Like, how can you possibly say that's an accident? Did you accidentally walk to the bathroom, accidentally pull down your pants,
I know.
accidentally relieve yourself? I just
Well, they
don't.
even say that it says the Quebec MP says he is temporarily stepping away from his role and from his committee work so that he can get help. He did not elaborate on what kind of help.
Uh-huh.
Last month, Amos made headlines around the world after he appeared naked on an internal parliamentary feed of Virtual Question Period. Amos had said he was changing his clothes after a jog and did not realize his laptop camera was turned on. Just stop. Okay? Like, honestly, and again, yes, accidents happen and all that, but dude, you're
Not
in the
repeatedly.
government. We're 16 months into Zoom becoming a way of life. And if elementary school children can figure out when their camera is on
Yes.
and know that and be aware of it, then you as a grown adult who is elected to parliament surely can decipher. And again,
and if you're supposed to be sitting doing your job, dude, why are you getting up, running around, changing clothes and pee-peeing? Do your job and then do your other duties when you're done. I mean, because there's an element of it that's like, what? Oh my God, that's insane. And then there's an element of like, yeah, there's actually something really wrong because you're wanting people to see you pee-pee and see you naked in a work setting on the computer. Like, you do have some sort of issue going on for sure.
And again, you had to, was your camera pointed? Are you
that's what I'm
doing
trying
that
to like
from your bedroom and there's a bathroom in the corner and you leave the door open? Like what?
I'm trying to logistically work out how that even happens because I've never been on a Zoom where I was like, oh no, my toilet was accidentally in that shot.
Okay.
Or definitely not, oh no, I was taking off my clothes. I hope no one saw. Like, what are you I would weld my clothes to my body if I was afraid they were going to fall off during a Zoom.
I know.
It's very odd and
It's very odd.
Probably sad for those who love him.
Exactly.
And embarrassing for poor Canada.
I know.
I mean, but honestly, there's not a whole lot in the world anybody can do that is any worse than what we had in office for 4 years. So,
okay.
Not a political podcast.
We're rooting for you, Quebec. We are.
Quebecois.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Jill. We're moving on into our raves. Are you ready?
Phew, thank goodness. Yes, I am.
Yeah, let's get some good out there. My rave this week is a personal fave. I love me some firefighters.
Yes.
'Tis the season, y'all. We're already on fire this year. This rave is for the LA Fire Department Foundation. You can find them at supportlafd.shop. With record-breaking wildfires ravaging California, like I said, already this year, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation is selling T-shirts to raise money for badly needed equipment. 97% of the fire department's budget is dedicated to personnel, which leaves only 3% to cover the cost of equipment like thermal imaging cameras, helmets, and hydration backpacks and bottles. Those are things that they need to just like survive what they're fighting. Anyway, the nonprofit Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation works to provide these essentials as well as new technology and firefighter training that would otherwise go unfunded, which blows my mind.
Yes, it's very upsetting.
It is. By purchasing a t-shirt or hat on the organization's website, you'll support LAFD firefighters who are battling to protect our homes and save lives. And I know that when people don't live around an area that has giant thousands and hundreds of thousands of acres burning, it's probably like, well, yeah, it's a big deal, but new life comes from the fire, blah, blah, blah. Those things are all true. You're right. But it is devastating. People have lost everything they've owned. People have lost their lives for real, trying to go back and save things. it's not what we think. It's not that slow creeping monster that you can just go, hee hee, I see you, and run away from.
Yep.
It's unpredictable, and fire destroys things in a matter of seconds. You've seen those videos of people driving out of our mountains in fires, and it literally looks like they're
An
driving through
apocalypse.
hell.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, like a bad horror
Mhm.
movie.
Yes. So anyway, guys, go check them out. Support if you can. I know every town has fires. I get that. But literally every year we say, oh, we're on fire again. It's really scary.
Yep.
It's bad for our air. It's bad for the animals.
And that
it's
air
dangerous.
traveled. It traveled to Canada last year from our fires. That's how bad they were.
They are bad. At least twice a year, I say it snows at my home in LA, but it's not snow, it's ash. But it drops like snow. You see it. So it's very scary. We definitely want these men and women to have everything they need to keep them safe while doing this job. So again, that's support LAFD.shop. I've always felt like I actually have on a firefighter t-shirt right now. Do you see this?
You do? Oh, amazing.
It's Springfield Fire Department. It
I
even
love
says,
it.
I'll show you on the back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've always thought it's cool to have like firefighter and police and different, service t-shirts from different cities. Because I just appreciate the work that they do so much. So anyway, if you get a chance, support LAFD.shop. And that is a nonprofit. It'll help them out a lot. I love it.
Yes. And a huge shout out to Dana's dad, who was a career fireman and one of our favorite listeners. Our friend Lennis was a fire department.
That's right.
He was not a fire department.
He was a fire department.
He probably would have been great at running one because he's such a remarkable human. But seriously, thank you. Do you say thank you for your service? Is that only for the military? I say that to anyone who's a first responder.
Yeah, thank you for what you do to keep us all safe and what you did. Because they really do dedicate their lives. That's another thing people probably don't understand. It's constant training, constant schooling. Just a lifetime of dedication to what they do.
Thank you, Dana. That was a great rave.
I love it. Thank you, Jessica.
Okay, this one is from a listener whose name is Hallen.
Oh, does Hallen know how to army crawl across your bedroom floor?
Okay, this was so awesome. And we were talking about this, and I was like, you know what? That's a perfect rave. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, send it to me. This is a nice thing of just like paying it forward, the simple things. And we always say the little things that people do can also really make a difference, right? Just something nice. So, Alan has taken up woodworking to like the next level. I always send Dana videos and pictures.
I love it.
Doing it.
I also just love people that have a passion for a hobby because I do that. I get obsessed and my passion is so fierce and that's infectious in another person, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
So he has been eyeing, Alan like never really was into eBay or looking at stuff. Well, now he's like looking for vintage equipment and stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And not to like display or as a click, but I said, why don't you just get a new one? And he goes, because the new ones are made of plastic or the old ones actually have better accuracy. I mean, there's a lot of things that were made a certain way in the past that are
not
crucial.
The same.
You want old letterpress and you want old steel tools and things like that in a lot of cases, right?
Yeah, because like my dad says, they just don't make things the way they used to.
I mean, he's right.
He's right.
Right. So Alan was looking for something called a plane. Specifically, I see a Stanley number 5C jack plane with corrugated sole. It almost looks like something that went in a shoe. Back in the day to keep your shoe stretched or to measure, but it's a planer for woodworking. When he got the plane, Alan's like, oh my God, what is this? And opened up this other separate bag of all the stuff wrapped up, and it was tons of tools. Extra things. And he goes, I did not bid on this. This was not part of, it wasn't like, on eBay, it might say lot of something like LOT.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that. So Alan wrote the seller a message and said, hi, Bob. The package arrived today. Thanks for the quick delivery. The plane is beautiful. There were a lot of extras in the package too, and I was wondering if they were meant for another order. I attached a picture, but there is also some screws with plates, a pencil, and hardware for doors. If this was an error, I can send them back, no problem. First of all, also, I'm glad that
That's
he
so
did that
sweet.
because it's the right thing to do,
It
right?
is the
So
right
many
thing to
times
do, but
people
I
are like,
think a lot of people would probably just be like, "Well, I guess it's mine."
right, or throw
Right.
it out,
Yeah.
which is even more unfortunate.
Yeah.
So this was where the rave comes in. The seller wrote back and said, "Hi, Alan. The extras were not a mistake. These items are among the various things I have collected or bought over the years. Since I am way past the age to begin downsizing, I figured that I'd better step it up. So for several years, I've been having a great time passing these items on to others to sell, use, or just have a query about. I've had yard sales and given the results to charity, donate some of it to Goodwill or other nonprofit organizations to sell, or as you have witnessed, I simply include a few things in packages in with items that I sell on eBay. Some people say thanks, some think it must be a mistake, some write back and tell me about a project they have used the hardware on or what they are using the extra tools for that I sent. Either way, most things seem to go to good use. Almost all of the money that I profit from with the eBay sales, I end up giving away to charity. Somebody that I run across needing a few bucks or at the local food bank. I get more out than I ever put in. Enjoy, Bob."
I love that. I have
Like, it almost made me
tingles.
cry.
Yes. I love that so much. I love the connection. I
Yes,
love the sharing. I love
totally.
the appreciation. I love that somebody's husband was sweet enough to start that.
I
Uh,
love it.
Everything about it. That's
And
so cool.
I'm picturing this sweet old man who's like, well, I mean, like he's probably got a garage or a basement or whatever full of tools. And he's like,
Mhm.
who knows how old he is, but just the fact that he's doing that and to pass it on. And
To
also
people
that,
to people who also share an affinity for something he cares
yes.
about. Yes. It's such a great way of like finding people that love what he loves and being
Hmm.
able to pass it on. Cause I think that's something that we always think about. Like, there's so many things I save and pack away that to
Sure.
me are super cool. And I'm like, I don't know if my kid's ever going to think, I only had one kid. So I don't have three shots at this. He may not
Exactly.
care about it. So,
Yeah.
it's hard to predict. And I think sometimes you care about these things so much you don't want it to just like you said, get
Absolutely.
thrown away or get, family have to deal with it when you're gone, whatever.
Yep.
What an amazing way to share your love and passion for something with others who care too. But
Yes.
then also to like be making connections with these people. Like, me, I would become friends with that dude.
Yes.
Like, I'd be
I
like, so have you heard from anybody else lately? What's going on? Here's what I've done.
100%. I said that to Alan. I'm like, you have to send him a picture of like something you
It
make
would
with
mean the
one of the.
world to him.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is, see, there's so many good and bads with many things in life, including the internet. Hello. But one of the most remarkable things about the internet, I've always felt this way. It's not only just that having knowledge at your fingertips, right? But
Mhm.
it is being able to connect with people
Connection.
literally around the world.
Absolutely. Our podcast has done that
Yes.
for us,
And
you
that's how
know?
we've met people and we suggest things. Just today, 3 more listeners wrote me and said, you mentioned this amazing new wireless bra, but you never posted it. Could you give me a hot tip on that?"
Yeah,
And so I
somebody
sent.
said they were gonna text me that and never did, so I might be one of the people who needs it.
Oh my god, but seriously, like, the littlest things, right?
Yeah,
People suggest stuff to us that Dana and I have never heard of or seen, or even
totally.
if it's just like something to give you a laugh where you're like, hey, this made me think of you, or I know you love plants.
Oh,
Here's that. I mean, people send us pictures of crazy
all the
plants they
time.
see because they know that Dana loves plants.
My daddy has started sending me plant videos
I
because he
love
knows
it.
he's not into plants by any means, but if he sees it and thinks it's interesting, he knows I'll love it, you
Yeah,
know? It's about connection. I think that is
it's
such a
great.
beautiful story. Oh, I love it so
I
much.
know.
It's so precious. It's like, it reminds me, do you guys remember during the pandemic? I sent it to you, Jessica, I know, but I can't remember if we talked about it. The guy in his apartment that started hearing beautiful
Yes. Oh
classical
God,
piano
yes.
music, and he started playing classical music with this, and come to find out it's this older man who lost his wife during the pandemic.
Yep.
They made this connection through playing piano together.
So
They
beautiful.
finally meet, and you're following this on TikTok day by day. I was so invested in these two men that did not even know each other.
Sure.
It was incredible. In the beginning, you're like, oh my God, is this a romance? Is this a movie? Is this?
Right.
And then you find it out it's this man who's lost his wife to COVID.
Yep.
And I mean, it just was magical. And that's what human connection is. It's magic.
Absolutely.
I think.
I totally agree.
Jessica, what thank Helen for sharing that story with us.
Helen. Just kidding. I acted like I was shrieking to him. I'm sure he heard this whole rave from the other side of our apartment. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well, can't help it if we are meant to entertain.
That's right.
Oh boy. Jessica.
Dana.
I think that's our show.
I think it is.
Oh my God, crazy. You want to tell everybody how to get a hold of us?
Yes, please be our friend. Send us anything you want, or just look at our stuff, whatever. Anything in between. On Instagram and Facebook, you can find us at the Rants and Raves Podcast. On Twitter at Raves_the. You can email us at the Rants and Raves Podcast at gmail.com, or you can hit the contact button on our website, www.therantsandраvespodcast.com. Also, I know we say this many times, but it has to be said again. There's a listener that I was speaking with this morning who said, I'm sorry I feel the need to comment on everything, or that I keep sending you stuff. Don't you dare apologize. I will shame you for one thing only, for apologizing for writing in too much. You are never writing in too much.
No, never. Never. And also, even if we, like this week, both of our rants were our rants, it's just because we're selfish and want to like stick our stuff in there. So please don't think it's not because we don't want yours. We definitely want yours.
Yes. So
I just
please,
really
look,
felt
we're always
the need to complain about how much fun everyone else is having. What a jerk.
I love it. We live to read the stuff that you guys, I'm serious, like Dana and I get so happy. So also, if you're like, oh, that wasn't very whatever, then you need to write in a rant of your own, because we do it when we don't have other, sometimes we really do want to, like
sometimes
she said.
I'm like, I gotta get this out.
Yes. And sometimes it's like, oh, we do not have any new stuff come in this week, so we got to come up with it ourselves. That's fine too. But we love it, and we love the details in which you guys put in your personal touch. That's what makes every rant different, is your actual individual experience with that topic.
Yes.
So
and also, I also just have to say, it brings me so much joy, like how well people get to know us, the things that, like, one of the things you're going to share this week from Jen Hill, like, and then just like our listeners saying, as Dana would say, Jeezaloo, those are things we don't realize about ourselves.
Exactly.
Until you point it out, and it's so funny to us.
I know.
Oh,
that's great.
Jessica.
Yes.
I like to share some of the things I've been watching, some of the things I've been doing. I just did that yesterday, and I'm going to be honest, there's nothing else I've done in the meantime.
I totally understand.
I'm trying to think if I even accomplished anything yesterday.
You know
I'm
what?
sure that I did.
You recorded an episode. You cared for your plants, and you sent me adorable pictures of your child with your pet. So your pet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was fun. And the chunks of olive tree I made Dan Tipton go dig out when the tree trimmers, so I can try and propagate my own tree.
You are going to. And then I can get all of the olives for Alan to cure and make delicious tapenades with.
I wish he could. It's very not easy. Does he know how?
What, to grow the olive trees?
No, I have, mine is supposed to be a fruitless olive, but somewhere it Jeff Goldbloomed and decided it wanted to start producing fruit.
Oh.
Yeah. like about 3 years ago at Jeff Goldblum's. And
Amazing.
I know, it's crazy. So I started researching like how to make olive oil, how to is that the word you use? Cure them so you can eat them?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
It's a very involved process.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But he does know how to do it. His mom does all kinds of cured olives. She does like the kind of olives on the trees like you have, those branches look like the ones that do black olives. So Moroccan dried black olives are insane.
Really?
You might be able to dry those out in the oven. Maybe we'll have a tip from Hallen on how to cure olives.
Yes, I did read an article once that some different kinds of olives are based on when they pick them from the tree.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
sure.
How much they ripen before they are
I would have
cured, I
never
guess.
known
I
that,
keep
but that
feeling
makes
like
sense.
I thought curing was just for meat. Am I wrong?
I mean, you could be right.
I don't know the answer
I
to that.
may be crazy. It's a Billy Joel song.
I'm aware. I do like that song a whole lot.
I'm writing this down too. Under Handy Manny, curing olives? Question mark.
Oh, so your handy manny and your olives are your investigations for this week. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Are you watching anything? You finished Mayor of Easttown. We talked about that.
Yes.
Do you have anything new?
No, because American Idol's over.
Oh, I didn't do American Idol this year.
Oh, I mean, you know, Handmaid's Tale season 4. Oh boy.
Oh no, I just talked to a girlfriend about that this morning, and she sent me apparently.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, apparently there's a woman on TikTok that does Handmaid's Tale recaps, but there's no spoilers. So she sent me like 3 of them. They're very funny. This woman kind of looks like Elizabeth Moss, and she just puts on different outfits like her from the show, and then goes and makes all emotional faces. It's the dumbest thing, and it made me giggle really hard.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's it.
Nothing. I'm not watching. I'm trying to think what I even watched besides plant videos. And I will say, I watched Golden Girls. That's a go-to for me. And you had your Golden Girls cup. You and I both follow Jeffrey Mixed on Instagram, and we also follow his Dirty channel, Jeffrey Mixed too. Did you notice on his Dirty channel yesterday he put up a clip of a Golden Girls porno?
Yes.
It was horrible.
Nothing okay about that.
There's nothing. And what's even worse about it is I found myself going, oh, I could have done that much better. Like, I'm casting myself in a porn. I don't understand. Now, let me make it clear in case my dad listens to this. On Instagram, there's no porn part shown. It was just the acting.
Dana, you've brought it back full circle again with this episode. Mall Walkers 2.
Oh.
I mean, that could be where it leads. Yes.
Yeah.
The sequel, just like Jeffrey Mix 2 got dirtier, Mall Walkers 2 becomes saucier.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a lot to think about. All right. I'm going to give us a weekly point to ponder.
Okay.
I swear to God, you know what happens to me every time I get off of here? I go, why didn't you talk about blah, blah? I don't know why I don't start taking notes. I mean, the reason I don't is because the only kind of notes I ever take is when I shoot you a random email that's like, remind me to rant about suction cups. So I'm just going to give you a fact this week. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I lost it. It's about blue people. Did you know there were blue people?
No.
Where is it? Dana.
What does that mean?
Here we go. This is crazy. And I'm pretty sure it's real. Okay. That's a really strong endorsement. I'm pretty sure it's real, Jessica. Well, the reason I say that is because I got it from a BuzzFeed, and I feel like generally speaking on these weird factoid things, BuzzFeed generally tries to do they make some young kid do research for no money. So a family of people with blue skin lived in Kentucky for many generations. And this stood out to me because I saw something on Instagram about it the other day. I can't even remember. The full gates of Troublesome Creek are thought to have gained their blue skin through a combination of inbreeding and a rare genetic condition known as methemoglobinemia. Methoglobinemia. Their
What?
skin was actually blue, like Avatar.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see a picture to back this up.
Okay, I'm going to do some research because I probably should have gotten a picture. But I'm one of those Americans that's like, no, it's passed in front of my eyes twice. It's true. So that's so that's it, guys. We're going to ponder that this week and we're all going to do our research and come back with our blue people pictures. Okay. I'm speaking to no one but myself.
My God.
Jessica.
Dana.
Thank you for making me laugh today.
Thank you for making me laugh today.
We'll be back next Tuesday.
Indeed.
Bye.
Bye.